please come forward.
How you doing? My name is Robert Taylor, and my partner is MAURICE Washington. I actually own the barbershop, Fada Mall Barbershop, that's been located next door on 300 East Lake Mead in North Las Vegas. I'm born and raised in North Las Vegas, been here my whole life. I know tattoo shops weren't allowed to even be in North Las Vegas as arcade halls and everything else, and they approved it last year of October, which I heard. We actually had a tattoo shop called TATTED-UP, the same name, on Fremont and Maryland Parkway for a year. And once I found out that North Las Vegas allowed tattoo shops, we actually closed our business down and moved to North Las Vegas, got the lease from Evan Ramirez, who owns the property, who I've been in there for the 12 years already with no problems. And it's an old building, true indeed. But in the same token, as you can see from the barbershops, I even brought posters, that we spend a lot of money to make our stuff look nice because it's an old area.
Okay,
You
let's
know,
go ahead and set that down on the platform there in front of you, and then
Okay.
we'll use a camera to show it overhead.
Okay. And I also have pictures of how our tattoo shop was designed downtown on 1104 East Fremont, which would be the same way right here. Okay, and I have a few of them for you guys. There you go. There you go. I've talked to all my neighbors. All my neighbors said it'd be a great idea to have a tattoo shop in this area. This was actually the first black-owned tattoo shop in Las Vegas that was owned by me and my partner, MAURICE Washington. And the whole time we've been cleaning the area up, as in the construction. When NDOT did the construction, it actually shut down my barbershop for a month, and the freeway was closed for 6 months, and I lost 3 barbers in that process. And I came to a hearing about a year ago, and the mayor, she said that I do have a case, and they do supposed to take care of me because my shop almost went to close because of that construction. And I'm still here, and I'm still open in business, and I had to remodel my shop to get people back to my shop. And when we read the email about it being denied because it's not a family center, I'm married and have 3 kids, and all my customers have good jobs and are actually helping this whole area right there even be fertile. And that's what everybody in my complex says. And I even have some emails from people who went to our shop who love the fact that we're doing what we're doing, have a clean environment for a tattoo shop. So that's what I want to say on my behalf. If you got any questions for me?
Does anybody have any comments? Okay. All right, this is a public hearing item, and I'll open the public hearing. I have no cards. I will close the public hearing and have some discussion.
Actually, I don't have a problem with the tattoo shop in itself. However, that particular corner is a gateway into North Las Vegas. And even though it's not your responsibility at all to make those improvements, but I would have a hard time voting for this or being in favor of it, because it's still going to look basically the same on the outside. There's not going to be it's not going to be brought into commercial, guideline standards, and that would be my only reason for. It's not against the tattoo shop. It's just on that particular shopping center.
Okay. I actually talked to Evan. We actually talked to him anyway about changing, because it looks so old on the outside, and that's the hard problem of changing the infrastructure on the outside to make it look more, at least in the 1900s. You know what I mean? To make it look better. So that's something that we're going to right now. We're going back and forth, and he said if we'll pay half, he'll do half. We're trying to do that, and we're with that to make the outside look better. But a tattoo shop being in there doesn't change the fact of how it looks right now. And it comes to another thing when it comes to graffiti and everything. I call the hotline. It takes a month. It's graffiti right now there. We're the ones who have to paint over that. You know what I mean? I'm there. We're there. So it's not like we're sitting behind and driving by. And by being the corridor of downtown and North Las Vegas, I think when it comes to that abandoned building that's next to us, that's been abandoned for 17 years, it has all kind of garbage and everything, nobody's cleaning that up. The guy lives in Utah. He doesn't care about it. That affects me. So we have to spend all this money to make our shop look good for people to come in. And to be born and raised in North Las Vegas, and for me to have my business somewhere else, to me is ridiculous because it's an old building. You know what I mean? So I just want everybody to understand what I'm saying and deal and see what I have to deal with to even be a businessman, to employ people who have families so they can take care of their kids. My whole thing, I'm trying to create jobs. And I just got an award from Commissioner Lawrence Weekly, for being a community leader. In 2010, I got an entrepreneur award by City of Las Vegas. I have like 5 awards from doing community service at the Pearson Center, giving back to the community and giving, so when it comes to a shop, if it's the outside is how it is. And if there's I know Las Vegas doesn't have a lot of money left, but if there's case to help reconstruct the outside, then, call Evan, call me, call Maurice, so we can make the outside look better so it can match everything else. Like, they put up new rocks and new trees and it stopped where we're at. You know what I mean? On the outside, that's still the city's property, if I'm not mistaken. On the outside sidewalk, is that the city's property?
Do you know? Do you guys know if it is city property? Okay.
Well, if it is city property, all the building that happened that actually shut my barbershop down for a little bit, it just stopped where the shop is, kind of like, okay, bam, we'll stop right here, and they got to deal with that. And then it continued again where the rec center, the rec world thing was at, and they just left. We're like the only business over there, so I'm very passionate about this. If I'm coming across wrong, I'm trying to explain to y'all, the passion about this, because I'm dealing with this, and I want to be successful with it. And I lasted over the shut down the freeway that shut our business down. People had to drive through Cheyenne and go through Down Street and White Street to get to our barbershop for a month and a half. And I even got that on YouTube because I'm going to come back one day to get that figured out, because I pretty much lost my business due to construction. Okay. You know what I mean?
All right, thank you.
All right.
Eric, what do you think?
Typically, the right-of-way for the city goes to the back of sidewalks, so most likely it is, but this is an older area, so I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it would go to the back of the sidewalk.
Okay. All righty. Well, do you have any more comments from the commissioners? Go ahead.
You said you've been talking about ways to make it more attractive on the outside.
Yes, sir.
What have you talked about?
I've actually talked to Evan about the roofing. First of all, the roofing looks real old. I want to put like new roofing on the top, so it looks like the new buildings have, where you see the different what's that called? The tile. Yeah, we want to get new tile on the roofing to make the roofing look good. Also, the new stucco look on the outside, and new commercial doors, framing on the outside versus the old wooden doors that came with the building.
Is that something that he could talk to staff about? What could possibly be done to the building to make it acceptable?
Certainly, he and the building owner can come in and talk and sit down with us, and we can go through different aspects of what can be done to get it closer to what we would think of as the commercial design standards. I don't think he can get the building easily all the way up to the design standards, but we can certainly talk about steps to improve its facade over what it is now.
Is that something you'd like to do before we vote on this issue?
Well, that's something that's going to cost a lot of money, and that's something I want to do, period. But in reality, if I just said I don't have a tattoo shop and we leave here right now, the building's going to be like it is, right? My barbershop's still there. The church is still there. Everybody's still right there. So in reality, to me, it shouldn't have to be a thing to where I spend more money. This was like $17,000 to make this look that good inside. You know what I mean? So to me, it doesn't make sense for me to spend my money just to get it open, or to come back to this point to ask for approval when it's my business and other businesses are already open. And if anything, I think that it should be more people coming around there getting the graffiti off the wall, putting new rocks down, at least if that land isn't owned by Evan. But that is something I want to do. But financially right now, I just can't change the whole outside of the shop. We've been paying rent there for 8 months to get to this point.
Wow.
Not open, you know what I mean? In the recession, you know what I'm saying? I want everybody to really get where I'm at with this,
Okay. Well, that I'm looking at the picture you've got down there of your barbershop, and it's like an oasis.
And this next door, it'd be next door to that. And
You've done a nice job there.
Thank you very much.
Very nice job. I want to let you know how the process works in case somebody hasn't told you.
Thank you.
Okay, we are a recommendation level at this point.
Mm-hmm.
The redevelopment agency is the approval agency, correct, guys? And then if they were to disapprove it, you could appeal it to city council.
Gotcha.
But, okay, right now, what you're up against, and it's in my packet, is that apparently redevelopment is not supporting their application. So even if we were to say, hey, I think it's a great idea, go for it, you're gonna have to go stand before them and explain it all over again. So whether we go up or down here, we'll still go to redevelopment,
Gotcha.
right? Okay.
And real question, real quick, I gotta go. In redevelopment, they're the same people I need to go to talk about the issue when the street got shut down for that long and everything else. When the mayor told me I do have a
Okay.
point and I do have a case, I talked to them, right?
I don't know that part, that I would go through with a lawyer or something and to find out what you need to do, or go to the legal department. Did you have, you want to have?
I would have assumed that in regards to the freeway access, that he probably would have spoken to Public Works, who would have then.
Are you saying that this is something you had done, or you're going?
This is
to do?
something I did already.
Oh,
with,
then
Councilman Eliason.
Oh, yeah.
And then the mayor told me that he'll get in contact with me, and NDOT came by and told me, well, I heard your hardship. All you gotta do is go to the police and pass them some cars out to get more business. Now it's ridiculous and slap in the face at the same time. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, that was the redevelopment agency that gave you that advice,
Okay.
that's true. Okay, so, do we have any more comments or questions?
Yes. Okay, my question is, because you do understand that our point is that it's a catalyst to the downtown area of Las Vegas, so of course the enhancement will look, appropriate. I hear what you're saying when you state that the amount of money that is to be spent on that.
Yes, ma'am.
However, our thought process is that of enhancing our city of North Las Vegas. So will you be willing to go, like you said, with the individual that you spoke with, to go half and half in regards to enhancing the look?
I will be willing to do that. That's something to answer the question, yes, ma'am. And that's something that we plan on doing too.
Okay, yeah, I think that having a good, classy tattoo parlor is a nice thing. We've approved other ones in the past. And the biggest concern that we're discussing here, that staff has presented to us, that you're gonna be up against with redevelopment too, is the general, how would you say this? What do they say in here? I think they said it pretty well. But anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is that they look at a tattoo parlor as not being the type of business that they want to have in that area.
Right.
Okay, so not everybody's gonna make a nice top-end
Bless you.
place. Okay, like you're probably gonna do, because I understand what you're doing.
Right, when I
can
read
see your barber shop, it's obvious you're a classy guy.
Thank you.
But I guess what I'm saying is I'm gonna have to bring this to a vote now, and I just don't want you to be disappointed if it goes down, okay? Because you still have the opportunity of redevelopment.
All right,
okay?
right. Gotcha. Understand.
All right. It could go either way. I don't know. So I will entertain a motion at this point.
I think I would like, can I make one more comment? I know you've,
Sure. We have an open one, but it's not seconded.
I want to make one more comment to our candidates out there. My fear is that you're going to get a no vote here because we don't know anything about what you may do to redevelop the property. I would like to not vote until I find out what you have in mind. Because you may be able to come up with some great ideas of what to do to make us change our mind. That's what I'm concerned about. I don't want to vote no tonight when you could put a plan together in a relatively short period of time and come back and convince me this is a good project. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, with that in mind, though, rather than continue this, which would delay his process, he's already been open 8 months, or, paying rent 8 months. I'd rather get the vote done and let redevelopment, he can talk to them directly. They make the decision anyway.
Okay.
So do we have a second on the approval? Okay, I'll second that. Let's, all in favor of of item UN 4012? Aye? Okay, we have one aye. That means we'll need to rephrase the motion for denial. So you want to re-motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we recommend a denial to the redevelopment area for UN 4012.
And I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, so we have one nay and 4 ayes. All right, so that goes to redevelopment, and good luck to you. And if it doesn't work there, I hope you can open up a place in a different location, because it sounds like a real good idea.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
But if I don't open up, what's going to happen to the front? Going to stay old?
I know,
That's
I know. That's the catch-all, isn't it? Well. Yes, and I second that. I don't know if you heard him. We really like your passion. Yeah. And
Y'all gonna see me again. I'm about to get political. Don't worry.
all right. All right. Thank you. Okay.